Welcome back, everyone. I'm WCIA 3 meteorologist Jacob Dickey here. Wanted to give you an update on our severe storm. We just got one storm today. That is it in central Illinois, and that storm has been causing some wind damage. Even had what may have been a brief tornado touchdown earlier in Livingston County. It continues its progression to the east and to the southeast now here. You can see storm tracker radar behind me. Not a whole lot going on. We've got one spot that we'll continue to watch, and that is well north of Champaign-Urbana. It's up in Livingston, Ford, and Iroquois counties here. Springfield, Decatur, I think even Champaign-Urbana, Effingham, Mattoon, Charleston, Paris, Shelbyville, all the way to Jacksonville will miss out on these storms. But we've just got this batch here that's been pushing through the northern parts of our viewing area through northeast central Illinois, Ford, Livingston, Iroquois County that has been causing some issues for us. So we'll update you on this storm here. We took a little bit of break on digital. We're back now here just to talk about it. This severe thunderstorm warning is mainly a wind threat now here, Ford and Livingston County. It goes until 4:30. There will be an extension for the warning. In fact, it just got extended now here for Ford and Iroquois County. So there you go. It's just been extended. Ford and Iroquois County now from Melvin to Roberts up to Thawville, Onarga, Paxton, Buckley, Loda, and then into southwestern Iroquois County near Cicero Park. This now goes until 5:30. It's mainly a wind threat here. That rotation we were watching just hasn't really materialized all that much, but still with some of these winds coming on through, there's been reports of 60-mile-per-hour winds in Forest. There's been some flattened corn. That happened in the Chatsworth area. And then in Pontiac, there's been tree damage. In Pontiac, the southwest side may have had a brief tornado touchdown earlier. That rotation, though, is well done. So let me drop the data and we'll show you the map here and just give you a big picture. This storm right here now, it's southeastern Livingston County from Chatsworth down towards Strawn, is moving to the south and to the east. It continues to take more of a right turn. We talked about how Livingston County might be, Vermilion County might eventually get down. You can see that general trajectory might carry it into northern Vermilion County from Hoopeston, areas north of Danville. There are some non-severe storms west of this, and that is going to be for areas from Forest towards Chenoa over towards Gridley. And then we also have one little cell that is out to the northwest of Bloomington. But I don't expect any problems from these cells here. I really think it's this cell that moves to the south and east, and that should be it for the day today. And so we'll continue to watch that. Let's pull up our velocity product here. We'll take a look at both Lincoln and at Chicago. And you can see here how we've got some greens. The greens here to me is a sign of what we're seeing more some downdraft winds there. I don't see anything that looks like rotation at this point. And you can see even this red colors here showing that there's likely some strong winds now coming in near Melvin, up towards Roberts, up towards Thawville, and maybe even as far north as Onarga where that warning is covered. Pretty much going to include I-57 from the Ford Champaign County line up north towards Onarga exit. That area is where the severe thunderstorm warning is covering. It's going to include Purdueville, it'll include Roberts, and right here's Gibson City, and it'll include Paxton, Clarence, and in the general direction, we'll have to watch northern Vermilion County, Rankin, Hoopeston, Rossville. I'm still optimistic that it's more north of Danville, but it'll be a close call there, so we'll watch. It'll be well north of Champaign-Urbana, though, with that particular storm. And let's switch on over to Chicago velocity, just to get another view of it here. To me, this more is an indication of this here some downburst winds that are pushing out from this storm. I don't see anything really that makes me think rotation on there at this point. So that downburst winds wrapping around there. We'll continue to watch it, though. Tornado threat very low, but not zero. And that's something that we'll continue to watch. Okay, getting some updates. It looks like we've got power lines down, and a barn has collapsed from the wind, and that's going to be near Forest. Let me just get the address here, put it and see where that's going to be on a map. In the Forest area, there's been some more reports of wind damage in, that's Mansfield Armstrong. Let's see here. So it looks like that is going to come, if you've got any damage reports as well, let me know. And the good news is that I think these storms are out of here by sunset tonight, so fireworks are going to be okay. 1200 East Road. That's a 2500 East, 1200 North. So that's going to be northwest of Forest, it looks like. Kind kind of between Forest and Pontiac where that is. So we'll continue to watch and keep a close eye on that. There have been plenty of reports of wind damage with this storm in the Forest and Pontiac areas. In fact, if I show you our storm reports, this is what it looks like right here. This map showing how we've had some wind damage in western Livingston County near Flanagan, Pontiac, and then Forest. And then even earlier up towards Bureau County is where they had some wind damage. This is our only storm that we have to deal with here. There is a severe thunderstorm watch because of this until 7 p.m. It'll include Livingston, Ford, Iroquois, and Benton County. It does not include Champaign. It does not include Vermilion County. And I doubt they get added, but maybe that storm is able to clip northern Vermilion County if it's able to continue its progression to the south and to the east. So we'll watch and see. Champaign-Urbana, I think we're going to be fine. Danville, will be close. You might get some cool outflow winds from that. I think we'll be fine here from this storm. Let's talk about area-wide. First off, there's a lot of dry area here. Look at these temperatures. It's 92 in Springfield, 92 in Effingham, 90 in Champaign. Pontiac now a comfortable 75 after the rain-cooled air has come on through. Watsika at 81. And our dew point values as well have come up quite a bit. Now dew point values are firmly in the low to middle 70s here. 73 dew point in Champaign and in Springfield, 74 in Effingham. Some spots like Paris at 76. Look at our heat index values. Let me pull that up real quick. Our heat index value is very, we're seeing some of those triple-digit readings here across the region. 102 in Lincoln, 101 in Springfield, 100 in Paris, 102 in Effingham. That heat advisory does continue until further notice. Okay, power being reported out in Piper City. And let me just forward that on. Sue saying the power is out in Piper City. And that doesn't surprise me given the reports of power lines that are down in the Forest area. I know there's some big lines that run along, I think that's 24. That takes you over to Watsika, and that may be in the vicinity of where that is. So we know that there's at least been some power outages in that area. Probably Chatsworth and Piper City also sharing on some of that outages here. Let's see if I've got any updates from the power companies on outage numbers at this point. We do not have any updates from them at this point, but that may take a little while to maneuver and see. So we'll continue to watch here. A lot of us sitting in the heat and the humidity. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch primarily we talked about north of 74. That'd be where the best chance was, and here it's materializing Livingston, Ford, Iroquois County until 7 p.m. with this quick batch of storms. We kind of look here further to the north and ignore the words, but Chicago Metro, it's south of the Chicago Metro even with this particular thing. Let's take a look at our severe threat for the outlook for today. Look how little of our area is included in that slight risk, and that's where we've seen that severe weather here. We kind of thought that would be the southern extent. That marginal risk does include Champaign, Danville. I think we're not going to worry about it here, though, in town in Champaign. Danville, it'll be close. We'll watch a little closer of a look here. Earlier, there may have been a brief tornado touchdown near Pontiac. That's where we have a 2 on our tornado risk, 2 out of 10. 1 out of 10 elsewhere. It's pretty low. Mainly today will be the wind threat. It does appear that there will be a flash flood warning coming, though. Some flash flooding being reported in the Chatsworth area as this storm continues pushing to the south and east. So we're going to watch it all and keep a close eye on it here. The main part of the storm now appearing to be over Chatsworth now towards Piper City. It'll be real close. I know Sibley and Paxton have some fireworks going on now tonight. They've got the big 4th of July celebrations. Real close to Sibley, it really is. And that second storm back here may clip Sibley more than anything. Let me drop that data. This right here may be the one to get Sibley wet. This also will be close to Paxton. It may be that second storm that's further back here towards Chenoa that might come towards Paxton. This will be closer. It seems like it's taking more of a south jog, and so certainly that wouldn't be all that surprising if Paxton got in that. But still, I think fireworks tonight are going to be okay. We'll get these storms out here. The watch expires at 7 o'clock. Fireworks probably aren't happening until 9:30, and the storm should be done here into the region. Okay, Fairbury power out north of Saybrook, power out in Gibson. Okay. So I bet that's those big lines that may have taken a hit based on what I'm seeing here. Power outages in that area. The outage numbers They have not updated. Sometimes they take a little time, and let me just check an Ameren directly. That seems to be an Ameren. I know they got some big distribution lines. I'm wondering if maybe those took a hit from this. So let's view the map and see if we've got any reports that have came on in yet. Very interesting to see power outages all the way down towards Gibson City. And okay, my mom just texted me and said they have power, so that's good to know. Thanks, Mom. But probably some of the rural areas, I think, sometimes can get that. That wouldn't be surprising. So we will see. Power out in Piper City, that's continuing. Power out in Cullum. Peter's saying there is power in Gibson. You know, not everywhere. It may be rural. Okay. Let's take a look at our wind velocity here and see if we can't see much of what's going on. Seems to be mainly a wind threat. In fact, why don't I pull up a sky cam? We've got a sky cam in Gibson City. Let's see what that looks like here. This is looking north and northwest. So the main part of the storm is actually right up in this area here. That's Melvin Street. That's the middle school. It's actually over there. I don't have the ability to turn this camera. We can almost see the trailing shelf cloud here, and I bet there's some neat photos coming in from Sibley. Pontiac, I don't have the ability to turn the camera. We were watching that earlier, and we got quite a bit of wind and rain and may have had a brief bit. It looks all clear here in Pontiac. At this point, some light rain continuing on through, and there's been some wind damage in town. Some trees were blown down on East Indiana Avenue. We've also had some others say that they've had some trees damaged in the area. And then let's pull up let's do our Champaign camera. The issue is it's so hazy out there is that we can't really get much of a view to the north. It just kind of looks hazy out there. You can't get any definition from the storms. That's all that heat and humidity that's here, and so it'll keep us from having a good view, unfortunately, at this point. As far as the Danville area goes, on the direction it's going, it'll be a close call. I don't want to say yes or no. I really think they're kind of on the fine line. This camera looks to the west, and so that storm would be off in this direction up there. We don't have the ability to turn this camera either, but we'll watch it closely. We might see something sneak on into the edge there later on. It'll be close for Danville. It really will be. I know some folks are saying, hey, get us the rain. Let us, have some rain. And if we don't get it today, we'll have a chance later on, I think, this week for at least a number of days with the severe threat with this particular thing. So, seeing some viewer reports here. Rural north of Gibson City, power is out. Power in Elliott. Some folks saying no power in Gibson. Now, I know Gibson City Pacific has there's like three sections of town, 3 different distribution lines. So it may be, part of it went down or the rural areas went down. Cullum, no power. And so that's well away from the storm. But if we've got some power lines down here up in the Livingston County area, that wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. In fact, let me just check those outage numbers again and see if they should light up like a firecracker, but they have not yet, and that may just take some time. Oh, nope. Here we go. We now have power outage reports from Saybrook, Anchor, Sibley, Chatsworth, Forest, Piper City, Fairbury, Cullum, all places that you have mentioned. We've got these outage numbers that are starting to sneak on in, and those numbers are probably going to be updated. It doesn't look like a whole lot. It looks like sporadic, but to see that widespread of an outage, it may have done some damage to main distribution line based on what we're seeing, and so that certainly is something to watch. There's some power outages as well in the Flanagan and Graymont areas as well, and so quite a bit of wind damage being obviously seen based on what we've got. Looks like the cell near Chenoa, northern McLean County, they're saying now they're watching it, and I'm not surprised by that. So this may be something else to watch. There's the new severe thunderstorm warning that just came in, McLean County. There we go, near Chenoa. That's going to be for McLean County, and that is going to go until 5 p.m. So it looks like 5 p.m. is going to be our time for this particular warning here as we continue to monitor and keep an eye on things. We're going to have just a scheduling note, a programming note. We are going to have newscasts at 5, 6, 9 and 10. So 5 and 6, I'll probably be talking about storms, and that's it. 9 and 10, we'll get a chance to talk more forecast-related stuff, but we'll have a number of warnings continuing through the area. So that new severe thunderstorm warning for McLean County is Lexington, Chenoa, Colfax, Anchor. And that warning, I bet, gets extended. Heads up Sibley, Gibson City eventually. We'll probably see a new warning pop out there from this particular storm. And so that's something that we're going to watch and keep an eye on for the next little bit as these storms progress on through the region. Moving east and southeast, this one seems to be more of a southeastern mover. And National Weather Service has this storm moving east and southeast at 30 miles per hour with quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So not surprised by that. That's generally what we've been watching here. We take a look at some of our velocity products, and if I can click the right button here. Nothing immediately concerning on the tornado threat for what we're seeing, but still it's worth watching and keeping an eye on now. Seems like the storms that are now coming in through Roberts, Melvin, Onarga, those probably have the, oh, my buttons are, move my mouse here. That probably is the more apparent where the strong winds are. You can see right here, I think that's some strong wind now crossing between Melvin and Roberts, likely going to cross 115 north of Purdueville. That'll be heading towards Loda, Bales Lake, Paxton, probably near and north and east of town, where this core of wind is coming on through. Kind of see that backwards C shape there. And that, to me, is a sign of some of the strong winds that are likely coming on through in that general area. And we take a look at radar here, and we can see there's that edge of the storm. We know there's wind blowing out ahead of it, too. So there's going to be some wind coming into those areas. Roberts, Melvin, at this point, I think getting the strongest of the winds. Eventually, Paxton, Loda, Bales Lake, off towards Buckley. And that's what we'll see. We'll continue to watch this storm, too, to see what kind of wind it is able to produce. All right, folks, here's what we're going to do. I am going to sign off because we got a live newscast at 5 o'clock, and I need to get ready for that. There's the new severe thunderstorm warning, actually. It looks like it just came out. They're extending. Let's see, what are they doing with that here? Livingston Ford. Okay, Ford and Livingston County. So it looks like they just kind of added this little section back in. Would not surprise me to see a new warning drop for southwestern Ford County, Gibson City to Sibley, up towards Elliott, with this second storm coming on in. We'll see how far south that warning goes. And then on the general trajectory here, I think it'll stay out of Champaign County. I think it's northern Vermilion County. We'll have to watch. I don't know if it'll get as far south as Danville. We'll see. Hoopeston, Bismarck, Rankin, those areas probably have the best chance to see this particular storm coming on through. All right, we're going to sign off. I got to get ready for newscast. We'll have updates if needed on TV and on digital platforms. If not, catch us live at 5 o'clock. We'll have live storm coverage there as well. If not sooner, if it's needed, and we'll keep you updated on the WCIA 3 weather app. Take care. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Many of you are staying dry today. Some of you are not. Of course, we're watching for those that aren't, and we'll keep you updated. Take care, and we'll see you at 5 o'clock.